Hey everybody. So I think we're gonna do another weight loss reading, if that's a thing. I don't know, I guess. I mean, I feel like I use the cards for problem solving a lot of the time. So why not a weight loss reading? But essentially, we are, 4 or 5 hours away from completing our 2-day fast. 7 of Pentacles. After we fucked up on the first day, or we made it one day in, then we fucked up and ate tacos, which were delicious, mind you. It was totally worth it. But we got right back on the train, back up on that horse, no negative self-talk, and we have gone just about 2 days now without food. Just hydrating really well. And I did allow myself to drink caffeine, judgment, because your boy needs it right now. Like, that can be my last chemical dependency. We'll work on that after we get back into our workout routine, which went pretty well today. I did skull crushers for the first time since my injury, 10 of Wands, and those were still a little troublesome. I had to quit my last exercise because the elbow was fucking up, but I don't think I hurt it. Ace of Pentacles, so our bright future is still there. We don't have to stop working out, which is honestly my biggest fear. I'm just so scared that I'm going to get derailed again. 2 of Pentacles, that something's going to happen physically that's going to make it so that I can't work out. And that's like not a totally rational fear because I have backup exercises, but it is something I think about because like those exercises, those calisthenic exercises just don't feel satisfying the way that weightlifting does. It doesn't do the same thing for me mentally, emotionally, stimulating wise. Like, it's not the same. I don't enjoy it. Versus lifting, I feel good after doing, you know what I mean? The devil, and maybe that's just like, maybe that's a limitation that I'm putting on myself. I am allowing myself to not do the workouts that I don't like to do as often. The calisthenics have been getting ignored. As soon as I could pick up those weights again, I was out. So maybe I will work in some calisthenics only days because Spirit seems to not be on my side in that regard. Very well. But now that we have done the 2-day fast, the sugar should be just about out of our system. 10 of Swords. Sometimes it takes 3 days of fasting in order for your body to acclimate, especially if you're not used to producing ketones. I feel like the more you do it, the more accustomed your body becomes to that process and the faster you go through induction. But 2 to 3 days of no food and exercise should be more than enough to get you into a state of ketosis. 4 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. When you start developing things like fatigue and flu-like symptoms for like a week, 2 weeks potentially, depending on how fast it takes your body to adjust and how little you fuck up. Because when it comes to this, 4 of Pentacles, you restart the clock every time you cheat. So when you're doing your induction, you cannot afford to fuck up. It's after that like first month, that's when you can start carb cycling. And that's when it becomes something that you can do without breaking ketosis. But if you fuck up a lot initially, you're just like setting the clock back and re-rolling that beginning period. So you do have to be careful about that. It's kind of intense, but keto's not for everybody. A lot of people need traditional diets, and I won't be able to help too much in that regard because I've never succeeded really on a traditional diet. Keto, the first time I did keto, I lost 60 pounds. And the second time I did keto, I lost 60 pounds. And I'm about to break that record. 7 of Wands. Like, let me get rid of that last, what was it? 15 pounds, 10, 15 pounds that I gained back, like during this little break while I've been injured. Ace of Swords. Once I get rid of that, it'll be like a new record. Lowest since high school. The Tower, I think it was like 16% in high school, right around there. Which, that's good. It's a nice, like, it's average, but it's not super average. It's healthy, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good weight. I felt comfortable. And I don't need to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger out here or Page of Wands. I don't know. I don't need to be like super duper fit. I just need to feel good. Vibe. The Magician. And that's what we're going for. We're going for feeling good about what we're doing every day. Death. putting an end to toxic cycles of thinking in that regard. Seven of Cups and the Moon, because if you have a plan and you have a goal and you have a reasonable, Three of Swords, amount of room to fuck up, and you know exactly what to do in the case of a fuck up, like you have a contingency plan, like, okay, this is how we get back on track, and I can do this every time it happens. Every time you get derailed, you have a method to get back on. As long as you plan your steps and you don't get discouraged, you succeed. Eight of Wands. Okay? All right. And the Six of Cups. Six of Wands also. That is fucking victory. Action taken. The Sun. You are your own motivating force. The Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. All that is standing in the way of your power, your abundance, is the idea that you're not already there. You're already doing it. Five of Wands. Fighting like hell every single day for your goals. Five of Swords and the Emperor, never accepting defeat and providing that structure for yourself. The Fool and the Star. I also think it's important to not weigh in too much. For example, like I checked my scale at the beginning. I think it was Friday. I think I checked it on Friday, so I'm not going to check it again until Friday. And even if like I don't see much in the way of change, like you look for patterns, not numbers, right? Two of Swords. It's really easy to get caught up in how something looks, but you can fluctuate 5 pounds or more, like overnight basically, just depending on a bunch of different factors. And after a couple weeks, you'll start to see like, okay, you tend to go up a little bit and then you're gonna swoop back down and then you go up a little bit, and it's kind of like this ebb and flow, but it's like a bar graph. You're making steady progress. The Chariot. And just like everything else in spirituality, the less you think about how long you've been doing it, and the more it becomes just part of your daily routine that you don't even think about, it's just an action that you take on the regular, the world. I'm going to take that as developing a cycle, a routine. Three of Cups that provides you success and forward momentum. The Knight of Cups was down there too. Strength. And when it gets hard, you just got to do your best. There was at least like 2 points, especially when I was doing the when I was doing the super cleanse the other night. That was when I hit like the peak of my hunger. That's when it was like really at the worst. And you know, I always have the roughest part right before I don't have any hunger at all for a while. You know, like as soon as I get through that worst bit, it's like I'm good for like a while. King of Cups. As soon as you get past that initial like hunger, you're good. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was right during that cleansing, Three of Wands, that I was at my weakest and I almost caved. And Queen of Pentacles, I like hopped on TikTok and I think it was the Oracle popped up and just said something about like, don't fucking cheat. And I'm like, oh shit, like, okay, I won't do it. You don't gotta call me out like that, damn. I thought it was funny though, I got a kick out of that. Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, but it kept me on track, you know what I mean? I like High Priestess, I was like, fuck, okay, I'll just go to bed like shit. It was funny. There was another good reading from her today as well about the stingrays. I really like that one. Eight of Cups. Walking away from a mental prison. We have been struggling with our Nine of Wands a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. We already know about him.